Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, let's get right into it. This is a quick little lesson on fraction word problems, okay? So, adding, subtracting fractions. We looked at some mixed numbers. Now we're going to look at some fraction word problems, addition and subtraction. Okay, the real trick of word problems is you need to identify what it is they're asking. What operation do you need to use? And the way we do that is we look for keywords, okay? So, for addition, some of the keywords that we have are add, altogether, both, plus. See if you can think of some more. These are just all words that we have, that we're going to be able to see and know that, okay, so now I'm working with fractions, so now I need to add them together. In all is another one. In all, combined. Okay. So you can have a look there, right? Add, altogether, both, plus, and all, combined. Think about that when you're looking at fraction word problems, okay? Let me just zoom in here a little bit. Okay, here's our question. There's a trick in here, okay? See if we can find it. So a recipe calls for 1/7 cup of chopped lettuce, 4/7 cup of diced lettuce, and 1/3 cup of onions. How many cups of lettuce did the recipe call for? Okay, listen. I'm trying to provide you just with some decent examples so we can practice the skill of identifying what it is we need to do. That's the learning goal here, okay? Not necessarily how many cups of lettuce or what's happening. That's specific learning goal. There's a couple things here, okay? The question asks us, how many cups of lettuce did the recipe call for? There's a piece of redundant information. When I say redundant, I mean not necessary. Doesn't need to be here, okay? If you can think what that is, it doesn't matter how many cups of onions is in this recipe, okay? The question is not asking us anything about onions. So we don't care. In this instance, I love onions, but we don't need to know how many are going in this recipe, okay? So we've identified some information. 1/7 cup of chopped lettuce, okay? How many? There's one. We didn't add that up here. We can put that in here. How many? That tells us all together as well. Okay, that's another word cue for addition. Okay, so how many cups of lettuce did the recipe call for? How many? So we've got one fraction of lettuce. We've got another fraction for diced lettuce. First one chopped, second one diced. Now we can go and create our question. Okay. So we got 1/7 plus 4/7 equals. No, we don't know how many cups of lettuce are used. This is a simple one, guys. This is a common denominator that's already been done for us. So what we're going to do, we're going to add the numerators, and we know that how many cups of lettuce did the recipe call for. For this one, 1/7 is going to be 5/7. Okay? So therefore, there were 5/7 cup of lettuce required. Okay? So that's how we do it. So this just omits a piece of information that we don't need. Really simple or really straightforward. We just identify exactly what the question's asking us. Okay? So subtraction. What are some words we can think about subtraction? Okay? How much more? Difference. Less than. I'm thinking fewer. Minus is one. Okay? So these are words that we see. They're going to tell us that subtraction is required with the problem, okay? And this goes for everything, right? These kinds of words. This is a fraction question. We could look at an algebraic question. We could look at some kind of geometry question, right? Whatever you need to do in terms of how you place the information and the type of information that you pick out, really important, okay? Word problems are all about that, picking out important information, okay? Let's see what's going on here. So Sarah picked 5/9 a bucket of lemons, and Deja picked 7/8 of a bucket of lemons. How many more buckets did Nancy? I think we want to change that to Deja because I was changing the names here. Okay. How many more buckets did Deja pick? Okay. So how many more? So let's put her first. And we're going to find out the difference. So how many more? So she's got the bigger fraction, 7/8. So 7/8 minus 5/9. This is going to give us how much more, the difference, okay? The difference in between the two fractions, okay? So we're starting off with Deja's fractions. She picked almost a full bucket. And Sarah picked, you know what I mean, a little over half. Really, what's the difference, okay? Now we got some funky numbers in here. Okay, we've got an 8 and a 9. Quick, you're going to go ahead and see if there's any common factors, if there's any common multiples, but really we're going to use that strategy where we multiply the two together and it gives us 72, okay? So, let me give you a second here and see if you can figure this out, okay? What are we going to do to the top? What are we going to do to the bottom? Are you there yet or no? Okay, here we go. Multiplication, we gotta know it. Okay, so we've got 72. So over here, we've got 8. In order to get 8 to 72, gotta multiply it by 9, okay? Same thing up here, by 9. It's gonna be 63, okay? In order to get to 9 to 72, we gotta go by 8, okay? And then we're gonna do the same thing up here, by 8. So whatever we do to the bottom, we're gonna go to do to the top. Okay, so 5 times 8 is 40. Okay? So we have 63 minus 40 equals 72. What is that going to give us? 23 70 seconds. Okay? 23 70 seconds. This is a weird fraction. But really, let's just go ahead and see if we can simplify it. I'll give you 15 seconds. Go in your fraction calculator or see if you can simplify that. I will do the same to check it. You got 10 seconds. And we can't simplify that anymore, so we got 63 over 72 minus 40 over 72 gives us 23 70 seconds, okay? So here's our answer. So we go back to the question. How many more buckets did Deja pick? So therefore, Deja picked 23 70 seconds of a bucket more than Sarah. Okay? We're at 9 minutes and 2 seconds. That's going to be it. There's an addition question. There's a subtraction question. Okay? I will post 9 questions each. Lots of work to do tomorrow. Plus, I'm going to push back the brain pot video until Wednesday. But work on these, okay? This is going to be something that we're going to take up a couple of these on Friday as well. So we've got the mixed number questions that hopefully you did today. We're going to take up some of those, and we've got some of these word problems. This is important for next year. It's important to be able to think through these problems, okay? I would really like it if everybody made an effort, or if we had, really good participation on Friday's Google Meet, okay?